I would like to confess that as I was watching the 2009 reboot of Friday the 13th, creatively titled Friday the 13th, I was experiencing feelings of pure joy as I watched these young delinquents, these young criminals get brutally murdered by a societal outcast. These youths were drinking and they were smoking the devil's lettuce and they were trespassing on private property. I mean, karma's going to catch up to you at some point, and boy was I elated when they got their comeuppance. Do you know how many of these characters, these supposed contributing members of society, are wearing flip flops? Too gosh darn many. I despise flip flops, and I had to watch as these ignorant and oblivious people walked around in them without a care in the world, cracking jokes as they offended me. I was appalled. Now, I was very excited to see this one bro in particular bite the dust, as I could tell that he walked out on Jesus Christ just as quickly as he walked out on his girlfriend. At the end of the film, I was waiting for the scene where the survivors went to 12 o'clock Mass to cleanse themselves and confess their sins. But instead of this, the movie decides to end with a cheap jump scare, which, might I add, the movie was full of. I mean, these scares were jumping more than Corbin Bleu and Jump In. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I could be completely truthful with you for a moment, I would like to let you know that frankly, I was appalled at the amount of people participating in premarital sexual intercourse in this film. You know, I'm looking around and I'm looking at people's hands and I'm not noticing any rings on anybody's fingers. I'm just wondering what is going on. There was one lengthy sexual encounter that I had to pause so that I could take a bath in holy water in order to continue watching. As I watched these people do their act, I noticed that there was no room left for Jesus, which was upsetting to say the least. I was not pleased to have to sit through that. Also, side note, this Arrowhead fellow is wearing a shirt that reads F star star K Christmas. He's openly mocking Jesus Christ's birth, which I just have to laugh at and ask why. What is his deal? And then there's my man Jason, who's just trying to look after Camp Crystal Lake while minding his own business when these teenagers invade his property to steal marijuana and party. Jason doesn't want these kids' misdemeanors on his conscience, so he's forced to follow in his parents' footsteps, like so many of us, and he has to kill these troublemakers.
Kill for mother.
I feel for him, and I'm sympathetic to his cause. The filmmaking itself was nothing to be excited about. I might even say that the filmmaking was abysmal, who knows? The film was very dark, so I was struggling to see exactly how many crimes the characters were committing. It doesn't help that the editing was very jumpy and the camera was very shaky. So I'm going to shoot you guys straight and say that this film was not stupendous.
That was
Stupendous.
No.